Hi, I'm Alex. I'm a third year studying English literature and comparative literature and culture as a joint honours. It's a mouthful. Signing up for my degree, I honestly had zero idea of what comparative literature and culture was. It's just not one of those subjects that you get taught during A levels or GCSEs the way you would maths, history, or science. But I'm really, really glad that I did take the gamble because of the nature of the CLC course. You get to partake in courses all across the LLC department. So, German, Hispanic, and French studies are all part of the variety that you get to experience. And the things that you cover range from philosophy to history to politics, art, film, photography. There's a whole plethora of things that you actually cover. So I feel like I've become a much more well-rounded and cultured person because of it, and it has just been a really interesting course to be involved in. So some examples of modules that I've really enjoyed this year were in the Italian department, looking at the refugee crisis, particularly in relation to Italy, and filmic studies, or in the German department, looking at the idea of collective guilt after the Second World War within Germany, or in the French department, looking at post World War consumer culture society and the influences of America, which has actually prompted me to pursue a master's in consumer culture and marketing. So, yeah, I have genuinely found it really interesting. I know it sounds really cliche and I feel like I'm repeating myself by saying interesting, but it really honestly has been. So, the start of uni. I know a lot of people will kind of be a bit anxious potentially about the academic side of things. Is it all going to be much more difficult? Or the social side of things? How am I going to make friends? I haven't actively made friends since primary school, really. It is much more natural and organic than you think it is, and it'll be much easier than you think. Everyone's in the same boat. Just try and put yourself out there. Go to events. Go to nights out. There's a lot of give it a go events, which are just a wide array of really random things going on campus, like mini golf or rollerblading. Your flat is going to be your first point of contact as well. And if you're commuting, don't worry about that. I commuted, and first day at freshers, I made a great group of friends who I'm living with. From an academic side of things, I think a lot of people are worried that it will be much more difficult, but the jump isn't actually that big. I remember my teachers in secondary school always saying that the jump from GCSE to A level is much bigger than from A level to university, and you'll get the hang of things really quickly. It really isn't much different, apart from you have to manage your time more effectively. So that's something I recommend on working on as soon as possible, because I was quite used to getting everything served up on a silver plate essentially by my teachers in secondary school, all like research and resources, whereas here you're having to do more independent work. But tutors and lecturers are always there to help you out. I would also recommend making the most out of your tutors and your lecturers' office hours. So, anytime you're finding anything difficult, or whether you just want to have a talk or discuss a question in an essay, anything whatsoever, you can count on your lecturers. You can pop into their office or you can send them an email and have a chat, and they honestly are just really supportive, whether it's to do with uni or outside uni. And it's really nice to know that they are there for you, especially in the LLC department. I think we're a really tight knit community, so the lecturers all know the students and vice versa. Another thing that I know people worry about when coming to university is making ends meet. So I would recommend taking up a job on campus. Not only is it a great way to make money and it's flexible, so you can fit it around your lectures and your learning hours, but also it's a great way to make friends once again because you're mingling with a wide variety of people. So I'm a student ambassador, and apart from wearing a really great vibrant orange shirt, my job is to kind of take people around the university, any visitors, go to schools and kind of tell people what it's like to be here, or like this video to tell you my experiences. So it's a really nice, relaxed kind of job, and it's really social. Other jobs include bar staff, tech crew for events, or supermarket staff. We have such a range of sports clubs and societies that I honestly can't keep track. There seems to be new ones popping up every year, which is also a good thing. Like, if you feel like there isn't something for you, and I'm really sure there is, then you can make your own. So that's always something to do. If you're interested at looking at the societies that we have on offer, pop onto Google and type in RHUL societies, and it will come up with a list from A to Z. They're a great way of contributing to university life, getting yourself involved, and most of all, making friends. I'm part of the Snow Society. I've just become social secretary this year, and I've really enjoyed my time there. We have a ski trip that we organise every year, and a lot of social events just overall throughout the year. So it's a great way to get to know people and like properly get to know people. So, apart from sports clubs and societies, there's so many other ways to get involved with campus life. And I think that's really part of the university experience. I would recommend trying to grab any opportunity that comes at you. For instance, I was walking through the library one day and there was a Challenges Abroad stand, which is a charity that works with countries abroad. And I signed up on the spot to go to the Amazon rainforest, and it was a really great experience. So look out for random stands like that and take any opportunities that come at you. So, a question that I often get is, what is your favourite thing about Royal Holloway? And I feel like a lot of people would agree with me on this. For me, it's definitely the campus atmosphere, the community feeling that comes with it. You walk onto campus and immediately bump into people that you know. So it's really tight knit. It feels kind of like a little family in this little bubble. And that's brilliant. Just being able to get to know so many people. I feel like you really wouldn't have that opportunity in a university that's kind of spread over a city. Another thing that I know a lot of people would say is the little deer that come and visit us in the little woodland area. So that's cute. So, in terms of location, Egham is midpoint between London and what I, as a person who grew up on the outskirts of London, would call the countryside. So we've got a 40-minute train ride into London, into the centre of London. There's always stuff going on there, whether you want to go on a night out, go to the theatre, go to the galleries, or just any other events that do happen and go on. And then you've got Virginia Waters here in Egham, which is a really nice, beautiful woodland area. So if you want something more tranquil, for a relax, for finding a spot to revise in even, going for a walk with your friends. I'm quite lucky to live up the road from it now in my student house. Another thing that's good about Egham is a massive variety of pubs. We're big on pubs, and that's always really nice. Founders is our pride and joy, and a massive part of why I decided to come to this uni. It's been featured in a lot of different TV shows and films, even the Avengers. So there's always little bits and bobs going on campus around Founders, little film crews shuffling about. It's also the place of our summer ball and our freshers ball, which is a great event, which I unfortunately missed out on this year because of the pandemic, but hopefully by next year you guys will be able to experience it. It's kind of like a fairground thing mixed with a concert, mixed with a food market. There's just a lot going on.